Greetings, book club at KemArts. This is going to be for the YouTubers. I got another book coming for the manifestation class, a little special book. Y'all get a special book over there on Patreon. But this is a little book I came across studying manifestation. It is the #1 bestseller written by Robin Sacredfire. And it's called The Dark Side of the Law of Attraction. So we're going to definitely dive into this. It's everything you wanted to know about the Law of Detachment, but nobody had the courage to tell you. So I'm going to read the content so you'll know. If you want to get it, definitely get it, because you know I am not going to read all of it, not even this. But I've already got notes, as you can see, in it, because it was very good. So we'll just go over my notes, okay? So there you have it. The introduction, the table of contents is, the first chapter will be in there so y'all guys kind of know what's in it. You can find it on Amazon. Why the law of attraction doesn't work for anyone. Doesn't apply for anyone. Why the law of attraction can't be explained, can't scientifically be explained. The law of detachment, binary mindset, how to stop, how fear stop. I'm just really dyslexic this morning. I'm looking dead at this shit. And somebody don't want y'all to know this, because I'm reading the words ahead. I'm switching words here. The law of detachment, the binary mindset, how fear stops dreamers, why poverty is a state of mind. And we have always been saying poverty mindset and prosperity mindset is a state of the mind, just like hell and heaven. It's a state of the mind, okay? 8 qualities of successful individuals, how people act against themselves, the difference between speakers and doers, how people change the nature of money. Ooh, and we got Bitcoin coming, and we know we're going to a cashless society. Every day we're doing more debit transactions. Nobody's really carrying cash anymore. So they're gliding the cashless society in. And a few years back, when I was studying millionaires, when I was at the library, I came across a magazine or a book that had that in there. And if you go to my Billionaire Mindset album on my Facebook page, you will see I had that picture of that cashless society in that album. So we've been knew it for years. We heard it circulating. So we know that that's where they're going, to a cashless society, because more and more, our dollar never meant anything anyway. It's fiat, it's fake, it's illusionary. We add the value there, but we're not backing it by anything, right? Which was why they took out Gaddafi, right? Because he was trying to raise that bank over there, and they didn't want him to do it. So yeah, they killed him. Yeah, we already know that story. Call it conspiracy theory or whatever you want. But when you look into it, it makes perfect sense, all right? So that's why. So we're going to a cashless society. Everybody's chipped. Everybody got a debit card. Everybody got a phone. Everybody was chipped at birth, stamped at birth, your birth record, all that social, all that hoopla, right? So we all know that coming into people that are awakened pretty much know all that, how that went. So again, how people, after the 8 qualities of successful individuals, is how people act against themselves, the difference between speakers and doers, how people change the nature of money, how people use love to make you poor. What? Y'all, how people use love to make you poor. And what did I say when I was teaching? If you go to my KU affirmation, I was teaching love and money is Tantra. Go see that video on 8/16 and the next video, I think, on 8/17. I explain the love, money, and Tantra, all right? Equals the sacred flower. It's like 2 separate videos. Go see it. It will make things so clear. So with the law of manifestation, how people use love to make you poor. Shit, y'all. Why success is always a choice. Why success is always a choice. So let's dive in. All right, so I'm not going to read the introduction, of course. I already read it. I got my little notes. I've been read this. I mean, it's marked. It is so marked up there, color coded and everything, because I love to scribble and scrabble in my books. So this one here is why the law of attraction doesn't apply to anyone. All right. I got up here. I easily balance my spiritual life and material needs / desires effortlessly. That was just an affirmation. So as I was reading the book, I was writing affirmations according to what I was reading, according to what he was saying. So I got affirmations on each page of this book, pretty much. And then can't make decisions with old ways. That was just a little note. So why the law of attraction doesn't apply to anyone. An interesting thing about the law of attraction is that it may take time to manifest your desires, but when it does, everything fits into order and at the same time, like magic. Most people quit too soon because they think that what they want will come like they expect it to come. In other words, people choose things to demand from the universe. See what I'm saying? And these things are based in their paradigms, which are formed in a certain way that refuses the manifestation of their desires. So they think that they will attract what they want by observing and making decisions with old ways of perceiving reality. And that's why they don't get anything from it. Okay? So, and then I got down here. They may then say that the law of attraction doesn't work when in fact it didn't work for them only. I said that at 7.00. All right, and it says his spiritual life with his material needs. I mean, that was talking about a little friend of his. He got some little stories in here, Fabio, about his friend Fabio. This one says, I trust myself up here. I may have to read it. I'm trying to see if I... Okay. I may have to. So let's go back up here. My Italian friend, Fabio, and this is for educational purposes only. My Italian friend, Fabio, told me that he had been to India and spent time in ashrams, ASHRAMS, in order to study spirituality. He had a huge collection of books about the most diverse meditation techniques, but he was struggling with difficulties in balancing his spiritual life with his material needs. And see, that's why we got to bring the spiritual and the material or the physical world together to complete that circle. That's why you got the zodiac. You got one light side, one dark side. That's why we got that polarity, light and dark. Right? Let me get my yin in for those that need a visual. All right. All right. So it's like this here. We're trying to balance our light side and our dark side, whichever way you want to put it, right? So our consciousness and our subconscious, our spiritual world and our physical world. So that's what they're talking, that's what he's talking about, right? And that's why we think that if we're in spirituality, we got to be poor. That's a poverty mindset to think that about spirituality, because you don't see religion not taking money up, right? You don't see pastors not taking money or asking for money. So you see how we've been brainwashed to not think that even spirituality, we're supposed to not even gain anything in the material world. We're supposed to think that we gotta wait to get to heaven. No, you don't. Heaven is right here, or hell is right here, because it's by what you create, that poverty mindset or that prosperity mindset, that wealth mindset or that lack of wealth mindset. So that's where the reprogramming comes from. That's why I wrote, can't make decisions based off of your old ways. You can't heal in the same environment that made you sick. So if you come from a poverty mindset, you cannot get rich or wealthy, success or abundance or prosperity or money being in that poverty mindset. You have to choose to change. You have to make that choice to come out of that old way, right? Reprogram your mind, and boom, there it comes when you align, right? So that was his friend trying to figure it out. So I presented him my friend Dan that wrote a bunch of books about the law of attraction. Fabio laughed and couldn't believe that Dan, a European man with a similar age as him, could write such books and have such knowledge. Therefore, Fabio never asked him any questions. Then what I tell y'all about asking questions, right? Ask damn questions, right? All right, so this guy never asked any questions, right? And never read any of his books. The universe brought him what he needed the most, but his mind had filtered it out of his comfort zone. Too many years of believing in old gurus with white beard, long hair, and orange clothing that's like those monks, right? Made him believe in a young man shaved and with short hair and wearing jeans. It says the answer was in front of him, but he never took it. But he didn't took it. Well, that might be a typo. So Spirit puts information in front to help us, but we choose not to take it and choose not to see it, right? So that he brought him the information, but his friend didn't want to do anything. So Fabio's business is not going well, even though he didn't want to admit it. But the idea that reality is permanent is another illusion to which many people attach themselves to. Reality is dynamic and changes. But it is up to us to change with it or not. So he didn't want to change. He wanted to stay in the old ways and expect to get those results that he wanted or desired. But it didn't work like that because he needed to change. Most people assume that they can change themselves once their reality changes. No, you have to put into action in order for it to change. You have to do the work in order for it to change. So he was like waiting for it to drop out of the sky into his lap, right? In a sense. So once the reality changes, that's when people most people assume that they can change themselves once their reality changes. But ironically, we always receive chances to change before our reality changes and not the opposite way around. So taking those risks, those leap of faith, doing something when that information comes, like we've been studying, we're on day 8 of 90 with KAU, KemArts University, affirmations, right? And those that took that leap, that chance, that's what happened to them. That's why they got those babies, those cars, those houses, those relocations, that unexpected money, because they did that action part. They didn't wait like this book, like Fabio did. They jumped in and did it, and bam, there it was. So that's what this book is. So I'm gonna, it talks about different little things, and then he met another friend, Peter, and things like that. He was feeling miserable about his job, so he started searching for opportunities to do sports abroad during the next vacations. And one of the persons he contacted was actually invited him to spend 3 years in China studying Kung Fu in order to become a master and then help him open a gym, right? Peter was too comfortable with his job and was afraid to follow this adventure, which he had no idea where it would lead him. Peter refused, but 6 months later, his company bankrupt and he was unemployed. It took him 4 years to finally get another chance to go abroad. And this time he did spend it practicing Kung Fu and teaching English during his spare time, which was exactly what he should have been doing from the beginning, right? But didn't, because he was too afraid to lose his security, his comfortability, his comfortable job and salary. And that's what stops a lot of people, their jobs. Their 9-to-5 jobs stop them from taking that leap of faith into something that they truly, truly desire and want to do that would make them happy. But that security and that comfy zone, that being comfortable, complacent, stops a lot of people from taking that leap of faith and gaining that that independence, that financial independence and freedom to do what they choose to do with their life, right? To call whatever shots they want to call. Most people aren't brave enough to take risk and can't leave behind their things, their friends, the life they are comfortable with, their belief, and basically their attachments. And that's why the law of attraction seems to not work for them. The law of attraction is complex because it involves many factors. Most of the time, the best way to let it work consists in going with the flow, the ebb and flow, right? Or as friends, or as my friend in India say, surrender to God, right? So I got the law of attraction, why it doesn't work, so I know where it was at. And then the affirmation I got, I surrender to the divine source, spirit, God, creator, or Allah. So again, boom, because he said that surrender to God. So I just kind of put everybody's God there, right? Or most of them, some of them. Or Otamari, Inifa, right? So now this next one is why the law of attraction can't be scientifically explained, right? Up here I got I release resistance. I am in the flow, okay? I release resistance, I am in the flow, right? Because he said it over here, you're not going with the flow. So again, a person can change so much when applying the law of attraction that at a certain point won't be able to explain anything about himself to others. The law of attraction lifts a person from his own logical perception into a world of unbelievable casualties, right? It says that permanently seem to push us further to the manifestation of our dreams, okay? I once was talking to my friend Fang, a successful business owner, and Rowan, a very rich writer. When Fang asked him, how did you do it? How did you achieve so much in such short time and made so much money suddenly? Rowan replied, many things that are beyond my control and planning influenced me, even though fitting exactly into what I needed the most, and they all happened at the same time. Wow. He said, first I found a new platform to help me format my book automatically, faster than before. So he was just telling the steps here. And then with suggestions from writers to improve their performance. Then he bought a MacBook, and then he ended up finding some amazing tool to create better covers for his books. So that he went with the flow. He went through the steps. It says, it is like a bunch of coincidences and accidents that forced me to reach what I always wanted, but had no idea how to improve my sales. Okay, so back over here, the law of detachment, and that's what we got to study, the law of detachment. I release attachments to people, place, things, and situations that no longer serve my highest self. That's that affirmation I put up there. The law of detachment, right? So the law of detachment, and then it says the law of attraction is also the law of detachment. What the J-Boss? Both are yin yang. Look at that. Both are yin yang within the same paradigm. If you attach to people that don't support your dreams, you will never achieve them because you develop a disbelief in them. We can't have both things at the same time. We can't have the people that don't believe in us and our dreams at the same time. We either have people that help us or we allow them to attack us until we stop or they disappear for some reason beyond our control. It's when you achieve your dreams that you finally realize who was against you, true, because these people will find reasons to criticize you and excuse their departure from your life. My friend Carl once told me that he thought that his sister was his best friend until the moment in which she criticized him for having a better life than her. Oh, Carl was poor and unemployed for several years until he finally got a chance to immigrate and earn much more than he ever expected. During the time in which Carl was unemployed, his sister would visit him often and offer him food. But when Carl immigrated and became successful, she wasn't happy for him. She actually resented the fact that he now had a better life than her. Your family, right? We've been saying that, right? So a few months later, she did the same in order to earn more money than him in another country. Like, so she copycatted. So this is copycat imposter syndrome. People get jealous when you're down, they're happy because you're beneath them, so-called, right? And then when you get your shit together and you go and bam, you blow up, then all of a sudden it's competition. Now they're mad. Now they don't want nothing to do with you. Now they go try to do and replicate what you do. You see, his sister was never his friend, but she pretended to be, because unfortunately there are people in our surroundings that take pride in being superior and more successful than us. What? They build their self-esteem based on our failures. I can't believe I don't have that highlighted, and I must have looked over that one. They build their self-esteem based on our failure. Carl didn't realize this until she put it in his face. But fortunately for him, he worked very hard to achieve his goals despite what she had been telling him during all those years. We often trust in people that we assume to want our best because they are our relatives or long-term friends, but everything that they say disguised as a friendly suggestion is actually poisoned and discouragement, because deep down they don't want us to succeed. Wow. One of their favorite strategies consists in making us feel busy or in order to distract us from our main goal. Carl's sister used to suggest him places where he could DJ because she knew he loved music. But because Carl invested too much time in his music, he actually delayed years of his life and took longer to manifest his dreams. He eventually did, and in Malaysia, he found a job as a DJ that allowed him to make 5 times more money than he did in his previous job. During his 5 years abroad, Carl also contacted his friends regularly, but one by one, they eventually stopped replying him, I guess, to him. That's when he realized that they were friends of poor Carl, not successful Carl. Damn. It says, watch people who use power of suggestion to throw you off track or distract you. So that's what I wrote right there. Watch people who use the power of suggestion to throw you off track and distract you. And also it's called auto-suggestion too. So look up auto-suggestion, the law of or power or act of suggestion, the law or power or act of auto-suggestion, the law or power or act of persuasion. All right? Because people use that to try to trip you up and get you off track, like his sister did, recommending other stuff because they know you like that. They know you have an interest in that, but that's to get you off of something that you're actually currently on the right track with, and they know it. And they're jealous. They're like undercover hidden enemies, jealous of the friends. No matter how long you've been friends with them, it doesn't matter if it's family member, and we all know we got a hater in every family, right? And those are the ones that stab you in the back, and friends too. So this is the binary mindset, right? And society has a binary mindset, mostly influenced by education. The binary mindset says that if you don't think like me, you're evil and I must eliminate you. In other words, people naturally assume that they must attack those thinking differently than them because they only have 2 ways of thinking in their head, while white or black, right? White and black, right? That's the yin yang. That's the you don't do like me, so you're evil. And that's so true. We see that all across these platforms and social media, people being judgmental because people see past black and white. They see different ways, right? or on different levels. It says basically this is a childish way of thinking, but people don't really grow up, as any expert in psychology knows. And that's why they act childish. They just children in grown people's body. And they also don't think about what they do. It said in today's world, it is normal to be attacked by a family or of childish people and childish friends. Oh shit. However, we all have a binary mindset as well, and that's why we suffer. The binary mindset creates a duality within from which we have difficulty in detaching. You don't want to be who you are, but you are being who others want you to be. So this contradiction stops you from gaining your goals, and that's why you block money, for example. So that's how you block your finances, your money, your prosperity. It's our need to be accepted by others that shapes our personality according to theirs. And that personality has a certain frequency, which then attracts the same that they have. That's why we always have the average of our best friends. It says you can't attract a beautiful woman or man into your life if you keep spending time with people who have the same problem as theirs. And you can't attract money if you can't keep talking to people. And you can't attract money if you keep talking to people that don't have it as well. Remember, I said that surround yourself with people that is going in the direction of your future where you want to go. You can't be wealthy and still associate with poor friends or poverty mindsets, right? You got to go and associate with wealthy people. You got to go where the wealthy people go, because that's where your future is. That's where you're seeing yourself go. Those people will hold you back. So that's that crab in a barrel mindset. Again, in other words, you don't surround yourself by people that don't fit where you're going, okay? And that is going to be hard for some of y'all because of that friendship, because of that family shit, because you think it's a relative or a long-term friend. And that's what's going to hold a lot of people back from prosperity. It's your circle of friends. It's the people that you're hanging around that's keeping you broke, okay? Because they're not there yet. They're not there yet. It says the reason for this to happen is quite obvious, and you can notice it when spending time with people that have what you want, if you actually can. As people that have what you don't want feel comfortable with you, see? And then it says read up here. So men that have a beautiful girlfriend don't like to spend time with men that don't have that don't have even one. It says because they always ask the wrong questions, talk about things that the first don't feel comfortable with. It said, and behave in a way that doesn't make successful men feel proud of being next to them. It says the same principle applies to money. Rich people don't talk about different topics when compared to poor people. When compared to poor people, poor people are always talking about what they need, their debt, and their resentment towards those that have more than them. But rich people, on the other hand, like to talk about their achievements, their habits, the people they are proud to know, and the plans for their future. See the difference? Small minds can't comprehend big minds. You cannot go somewhere with a small mind. So your people associate you are the company you keep. And in the case of that beautiful woman, no, that's like arm candy, right? We can say in a sense. And a man knows that a woman on his side is a representation of who that man is. So they will pick women according to that. And like you said, if they don't have a brain and so much, if they're not beautiful, they're going to be saying something stupid to make them look bad at the table or around their colleagues, around their friends. And that's what y'all like to call that high value stuff. That, being around us. So you got all these 20,000 a year or less women, no matter what color, wanting 150 or 100,000 six-figure man. That is exactly that example right there that guy was making. Kevin Samuels, the dating coach. That's exactly what he was talking about. So you would say something stupid to this guy's friend that's a six-figure. Like, their six-figure club, right? of dudes running together, flocking together, right? Because they are associating together because they want to go forward, right, toward wealth. But then you go get you a side chick or whoever, but don't have the knowledge or the conversational level to talk and discuss something that wealthy people, high value people will be discussing. In other words, you don't have no achievements in life. So I understand him. Yeah, he had a bad way of sometimes relaying it, but I understand what he was saying when he was saying some things. You got 20,000 and you got a 6-figure. You have nothing in common. You have not achieved nothing, right? You only achieve having a baby, and that's not an achievement. Because you have a baby or make a baby, if you're a man or a woman, doesn't make you a mother or a father. It just makes you a surrogate, you know, a sperm donor or a surrogate, right? So that's what he was trying to tell y'all. He really wasn't trying to, he just had a harsh way, blunt way of talking, just like me. So he was just telling y'all, look, you're not making sense. How can you what have you done? What have you accomplished in life? Copycat and Tallywhacker ain't accomplishment. And that's where people were placing the value on their Copycat and Tallywhacker. And he was like, that's not it, because we can get that everywhere and we can buy that if we want to. So what sets you apart, 20,000 man or woman, to have a woman or a man that got 6 figures? What sets you apart? Your conversation is like this low, it's capped, it's limited, because you're not doing anything to raise the bar on it and then glide over and make a lateral move. You got to educate yourself. You got to learn. You got to read. There has to be some communication, something linked. Like you're down here and the person up here, look at there, look at the gap. You cannot offer that person nothing. That person already got achievements if that's a high value man or a woman, and you're down here, scaling the bottom, you know, like a crab in a barrel. So that's what he was trying to talk when he was talking that dating shit. So I understand, yeah, some stuff, it was kind of harsh. I didn't agree with everything he said either. I could tell when he was in his ego. So, but when I heard certain stuff, then yeah. But that's what he was trying to make that analogy, that so people would understand, but it was just his way of interpreting it. And of course, his traumas had a big part in that, right? His traumas had a big part in that. His childhood had a big part in that. And I believe he said he was the only child too. So of course he had everything. He didn't have to want for nothing. He didn't have to share nothing. He didn't have to get no hand-me-downs. He didn't have to get no leftovers. Everything he got was brand fucking new. You know, probably if he had a rich parent, you know, mother and father, or a rich mother that did very well, she gave him everything, right? We overcompensate as mothers for a parent not being there. So we try to be everything. We step into that masculine role, that energy, we're talking energy here, and we get shit done, because that's masculine energy to get shit done, right? We make shit happen because we have to survive, and we're in that survival mode. So you have to come out of that survival mode of masculine energy, sisters, and then come into that feminine energy where you're soft. And I'm not saying be pushed over, no, I'm saying be soft, right? The energy is soothing, it's peaceful, it's relaxing, it's calming, it's not running off at the mouth, running a gift of gab, okay? So that's what he was talking about. So when he would strike a nerve, those women would ba at the mouth and try to attack back or find some way to shoot back, which wasn't helping, because he wasn't really paying y'all no mind, because he was up here and he knew he was up here. So he knew himself, whatever his preference was, he knew he was up here, but he knew they was here. So he was just trying to get people to understand the high value is your achievements. Like he said, your achievements, your habits. Are you disciplined? Do you go to the gym? Do you work out? Or are you up smoking a blunt first thing in the morning? Or, you know, sending your child to school any kind of way. Don't want them to brush their teeth. Ain't dressing them right. Ain't making sure their homework done. That's a low mindset. That's what he was talking about. It was more of a mindset thing and an energy exchange and transference than anything else. But a lot of people was thinking it was physical. I was seeing past the physical. I told y'all I'm spiritual, all things spiritual. So that's spirituality, because you cannot make that connection if you're going to be playing just physical. And that's all these these women were after was physical, was material, and wanted somebody to pay for their fuck up. In other words, wanted somebody to pay for their fuck up so that they can have an easy life. With what? Education. With what? Like, with what salary? Like, and who's the daddy? See, it didn't even make sense. You're demanding help for somebody that's up here and they're not the father. It make sense, but that's neither here nor there. But that definitely fits that part right there of what. And if you're spiritual, you can kind of see where he was doing. People ain't stupid. They know. They might have been all go easy. No, go easy, nothing. That's what's fucking wrong. The church and everybody else and their mama and grandmama going easy. Nah, it ain't. Nah, that don't get people to wake up. That ain't this. It's cosmic slap time. It's cosmic slap time. Go around, slap everybody in the room that shit fit. All right, that shoe fit. Lace that bitch up, run with it. Because you can level up like that person. And like he was saying back here, it's a choice. His friends showed you that it was a choice, which was why I read those examples. And then later when they got in line, wow, bam, they leveled up. So that's a choice y'all choosing to stay in any type of poverty mindset. And then you're in an old way wanting something new, and it just said you can't do that. Can't make decisions with old ways. You have to change your ways. You have to change your belief systems. That's what it's all about. Poverty mindset and prosperity mindset is all about you changing your ways. So get The Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and y'all read that. It's on audiobook, I think, on YouTube for those that don't like to read. You can listen to it, all right? But get it, all right? It'll help you out. It really will. If you want the change. Now, of course, can't nobody hold your hand and make you. But I understand what he was saying. So this was another example about his friend. I don't know if I want to read that. So, okay, yeah, let's read that. Let me get some more coffee, y'all. Let me get some more coffee. Coffee. I'm still in my pajamas. I said, let me get up and do this book club y'all were asking for. Okay, so, okay. My friend John learned this lesson the hard way. He went back to the U.S. with a very hot Chinese girl and decided to present her to his childhood friend. In the same day, he lost a friendship with more than 20 years. His friend couldn't bear the fact that he had been struggling for years to have a girlfriend and can't even keep ugly women in his life. Oh my God, oh my God. Even his female friends didn't want to see him anymore. But John lost his remaining friends when he told them that he was finally going to retire and doesn't have to have a job anymore because his business has been working for him wherever he goes, and he can now just manage everything from his laptop. So he had a business goal to work remotely is what that was. So this topic is how fear stops dreamers. All right. One part is I don't know if I want to. It is raining. Okay. They out there messing with them wires. I was like, what the hell are you doing in the rain? Damn. Don't you get your butt electrocuted. Okay. So most people feel, I'm going to go ahead and read this. Most people feel nervous even talking about what they truly want. This is how fear stops you, because they are afraid of what people will think if they chase it and fail to achieve it. They're trapped between what they want and what others think about it. And this contradiction makes them feel miserable, trapped in life, and frustrated. One part of them wants to change, and the other part is too afraid of changing and the consequences it can bring. It says, what will people say if I quit my job? What will my friends think of me if I fail in achieving my dreams? A person with such mindset is his worst enemy. If you don't really know yourself, you can find your biggest enemy every time you look at yourself in the mirror. That's why I kept telling y'all at KAU, KemArts University, you know, on KemArts YouTube channel, please like and subscribe and hit the bell button, because we really do teach you guys, you know, to tap into your higher self. Don't worry about what people say. If you're going to live your life around what people say, you're never going to achieve nothing. You're never going to accomplish nothing. And if you're going to be like the women over here trying to, you know, get people to do things for you, that's never going to work either. Because you're your number one enemy. All these people are stopping themselves by not changing the mindset, right? By not reprogramming their mindset from those old belief system and ways that got them stuck in the first place, right? So you can't go by what people think. Do it and take that leap of faith. And if you fail, really what you do is learn what not to do the next time. Get up and try it again, and you'll succeed. So it's not about failure, it's about lessons. It's not about mistakes, it's about lessons. The lessons you learn from trying something. But if you don't try or attempt to do it, you don't know if you're going to be successful. So then you're living a life of regret. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. I wish I had the time to do this. I wish I shoulda did this. You know, living off of that. All right. So it says the vast majority of the world lives inside this paradigm. They say, I hate my job, but if you offer them a chance to change job, they won't take it. That's so fucking true. That is so true. People mourn about their problems, but never take the chance to solve them. Okay, and of course I got affirmations. I'm not reading all of them at the top. All right. If a person doesn't believe in himself, who will? Most people won't ever achieve anything in their life because they think that they need to have permission first. So y'all need to I wrote that affirmation. I will share with y'all about that permission. I release the need to have permission from others to do what is best for myself. So y'all might want to say that if y'all are that type of person that needs permission, or, you know, what do you call it? People pleasing and seeking, right? So you might want to write that. I release the need to have permission from others to do what's best for myself, right? And this is true too. I wrote, it's not a coincidence that rich families tend to encourage their children to pursue their dreams. All the hard-working millionaires and billionaires that I've met have children studying music, painting, theater, or other fields that usually poor families discourage their children to pursue. See, our problem with the poverty mindset and the ghetto and the hood is we want everybody to go be a ball player, go get a scholarship, or go be an actor, go be a singer. But is that what that child's supposed to do? A lot of parents live vicariously through their children because they didn't get to do something, right? And now they regret, so they want to push their children into something that they don't even truly want to do, right? And that's like a wing and a prayer. That may not even happen for your child. And so they'll grow up resenting the parents for that too. You as a parent is supposed to let that child do what they choose to do and just be that support system, be that guidance. If they go from basketball to football, cheerleading to golf to painting to drama, wherever they're trying to go and figure it out, you're supposed to be there to support them in whatever that is, because they're trying to find out what's best for them, not you telling them go be this ball player and they don't even fucking want to be a ball player. That's what we do wrong in the ghetto and probably everywhere else too. Like that, because your parent or grandfather was a doctor don't mean the child has to go be a doctor. If the child didn't choose to be a doctor, if the child didn't choose to be a lawyer, right? Let the child see where they belong because they know what they came here to do. That passion is burning inside them, and we're supposed to guide them. But because we think the child won't make no money doing that, we don't want to do that. Well, you don't know what that child will make money doing. You have no idea, right? So you have no idea was at 44. So on the recording. So that's why we're supposed to guide and let them feel their way through life like we had to feel our way through life. You know, parents try to mold their children to be what they want them to be. All right, and that's unfair to that child, because that child's gonna usually end up switching back to what they want to do anyway, which is their life purpose and passion, which is what they came here for, before we interjected, before we interrupted what they were wanting to do. Oh, I want to play basketball. No, I want you to play football. Like, for what? Most dads want to do that so that they can show their son off or make them look macho, or it's an ego thing. Most women want them to be cheerleaders or actors or singers or dancers, so that, because that's what they want to do. So we never let the child choose what the child wants to do, what they'll be happy doing, what they'll get fulfillment out of. We try to interject our shortcomings or what we didn't have a chance to do or succeed at doing through the children, which is wrong. So again, poverty, state, oh, here's a big one. So this is one. I easily and effortlessly choose what's best for my highest good. Always. I am safe. I trust myself. That's one for somebody. Okay. And again, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki is what I wrote up here, because this chapter was about poverty mindset. Poverty mindset. Now it says, okay, I don't know if I want to read all this. In fact, poor people have difficulty to accept the fact that fortune isn't in what you do, but in who you are. And then it says, the pressure brings responsibility attached to it. And that's why Chinese students don't party like Western students do. They work very hard from morning to night, and they never stop to rest. The result is now that China is the second richest economy in the world. It says word, but it's world. How many people in the entire world invest in the education of their children and sacrifice their life to make sure that they have one? How many people invest in their own education? See? Because poor people think that money is something hidden in a secret place that you need to know about. It says, when they ask me about my money, they think that by knowing how I write books or where I publish them, they can make the same amount of money as me. No, you can't. You can't copy out somebody, try to replicate and do something and make it. It doesn't work like that. They can't believe that I have so much knowledge to share. They can't believe that I share my knowledge voluntarily with the world because I like to help people. And they don't understand that money is not the goal of the rich, but the resulting product of the value you offer to society. If you want to offer value to others, you must create value in yourself. Knowledge is the most valuable asset that you can accumulate. That's how China went from poverty to having half of the world's billionaires in just 50 years. What? You have to create that value in yourself. You have to create that value in yourself. If you don't have value, something of value to offer people, that's where the money comes from. It's not what he was just saying. You know, the product is, if you want to offer value to others, you must create value in yourself. A lot of people don't want to create value in themselves and mad for other people creating value in themselves. And what did he say? Knowledge is the most valuable asset that you can accumulate. Knowledge. A wealth of knowledge, a wellspring of knowledge. Information. Data. Information, data, right? Reading, right? Books, right? Okay. 8 qualities of successful individuals. Know what you want. Do your due diligence. I'm not going to read that. Have versus get. I'm not going to read that. Oh, yeah, I am. Just a little bit. The 8 qualities of successful individuals. You must have a strong desire and a clear image of what you want. Successful people know clearly what they want to obtain and can visualize it every detail of their life. They are willing to take the risk and efforts to pursue their visualization. Believe that you can achieve. Successful people never doubt themselves and don't need to ask others for support. They're not afraid to fail, and they know that if they persist for long enough, they can achieve what they want. Okay? And then another one, have discipline in what you do. Successful people see what they do as their mission in life and aren't afraid to sacrifice themselves to achieve their goal. All right? Refuse comfort. Successful people don't spend too many hours sleeping. They rest as much as they need, but often get up early to produce as much as possible every day. That's why when Spirit wake you up at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, stay your ass up. Get to work. Do some affirmations. Don't just roll over and go back to sleep. See, that's a behavior. That's a lazy poverty mindset person behavior to roll over and go back to sleep and not get up and take advantage of that. You got some sleep. You got some sleep. Get up and do something productive. Set your day. Set your intention for the day. Write some affirmations. Do some meditation. Do some prayer. Right? See, that's all what this is. It's all talking about. People don't want to change, don't want to rechange or realign or reprogram their behavior, but mad because other people are more diligent and more disciplined than they are. All right? So they never delay what they can do immediately. Don't waste time watching TV or with nonsense activities. Their discomfort is replaced by their strong ambition. See, that we don't go just party out. We ain't got time for that no more. They could have did that when they was young. They don't have time because that was a waste of time. That was busy time. They don't just go places just to be going places, right? They got better things to do, all right? Don't refuse who you are. Successful people aren't ashamed of their appearance or background. Instead, they trust that they deserve what they want. They don't differentiate. They don't want me to tell y'all. They don't differentiate themselves toward the rich and successful. And then here's another bullet point. Don't be afraid to achieve little. The successful know that little by little you can get a lot in the end. Taking those baby steps, those small achievements, those small accomplishments add up to a big one. All right? So, okay, every dollar is for them a statement that they're moving forward. So they don't look at what they have, but at what they can get. Luck is earned. The successful know that they can't control luck, but can be prepared to when it comes. Luck favors the prepared. Let me say that again. Luck favors the prepared. So successful people do their best to attract luck. And they do this by trying things that they haven't tried before. Meeting people they never had a chance to meet before. And exploring things they don't know yet. Right? And then it says, don't waste time complaining and looking at the problem. Successful individuals focus on what they need to do in order to achieve what they want. In other words, they may complain, but then they take actions. It's the unsuccessful that tend to stay in the complaining stage for all eternity. Even ghosts are ghosts because they can't stop mourning and complaining. Oh, Lord. Have versus get. It's a mentality. Okay. How people act against themselves. Oh, Lord. We went to town on that. The difference between speakers and doers. Day one or one day. All right. I'm going skip over some of this. The law of attraction can actually be very simple. People that are more connected to this law have a strong desire to help others because they receive from this realm of abundance and they want to share this abundance with others. It says, this is what happens to me. This is what happened to me, even though I can't really help more than 1 or 2 people among hundreds. I can send them books, suggestions, them seminars, and ask them to visit certain people, places, to learn more about what they want. But if they don't accept it, they won't ever get it. And that's exactly what I do here on KemArts University. I just point y'all to the right direction, because I can't do one-on-one, right, with hundreds of people. But I can point y'all to the information that will get y'all to that because of that abundance that I have. So and that tapping into that realm, like he says, that I can point you in that direction so that you can take those steps yourself, right? It says they should be asking how they can be themselves to write their own books, but they are too afraid to be themselves, and they are too resentful of success of others to learn from them. See, that's some people, instead of people asking you, hey, I want to learn from you, I want to learn what you learned, they're steady trying to take strikes or trying to belittle it, right? Or afraid of the success themselves, right? So that's when you have the haters. They want to go beyond people to get what they have, and that's jealousy. The law of attraction won't ever work for jealous people because they work from a belief in scarcity and competition and not abundance. Oh God, I'm gonna read that again. The law of attraction won't ever work for jealous people because they work from a belief in scarcity and competition, not abundance. Wow. Okay, let's get on. The speaker versus the doer. All right. I'm going to read this one because I got bingo read. Oh my God. So I'm going to read that. I'm skipping over that one. When I made my first $30, many of my friends laughed and said I should change occupations and work harder, not write books. Now they ask me, how can I make so much from books, right? It says they didn't saw the chicken when the chicken was just an egg, and now ask me, where did that chicken come from? Nevertheless, because they can't see the relation between chicken and eggs, the more I talk about it, the more they think I'm hiding the truth from them. When people don't believe in what you do, they resent your achievements because they think you are hiding something from them. Those that live in scarcity can only see things according to winners and losers. They can't understand that they make themselves losers and others don't truly owe them nothing. Bingo! All right. How people change the nature of money. Oh my God. Look at that. Talk about some scribble. Good Lord. I'm not reading all this. Y'all need to buy this book. Oh my God. Look at her reading. We drawing and everything. Creola Day. Okay, let's go back. People change the nature of money. I used to have fears like anyone else, and I still do, but gradually I've been learning to detach from them. Experience has forced me to do it. I realized that more successfully I tried to be, I realized that the more successful I try to be, the more everyone around me hates me. And then the more money I make, the more people I try to take, the more people try to take it from me. Oh shit, yeah. Oh my God. I wrote read. Oh my God. Let me go back and read that again for those in the back, middle, and the front with a third grade education. I used to have fears like anyone else, and I still do. But gradually, I have been learning to detach from them. Experience has forced me to do it. I realized that the more successful I try to be, the more everyone around me hates me. And then the more money I make, the more people try to take it from me. Damn. It's as if they want to punish me for having something that they don't. But this happens all over the world. Woo. Everyone fears and hates the rich and thinks that the rich owe something to the poor that contribute nothing to society. Poverty mindset is crippling. That's what I wrote. Wow. It says, they said it's definitely a big challenge to want to make more money and become independent, but the challenge is mostly emotional. That's hard to see everyone around you changing and trying to destroy you or abandoning you, especially friends when you become better than them. Shit, yeah, is what I wrote. It's actually ironic when my friend Nathan told me that since he decided to start his own business, everyone around him started putting him down and discouraging him, because that's exactly what he did to me. And it's also ironic that he told me that I'm the only one supporting him, because I'm actually also the only one that gave him all the information and books he needed to implant his idea. So I'm still amazed at how selfish and egotistic people are. Damn. Woo. The story shows that people can't achieve their dreams when they discourage others from achieving theirs. In fact, those discouraging other people are more vulnerable to discouragement as well. The law of attraction is also merciless. Before you get what you want, you must prove yourself worthy of it with tests that will definitely put karma in your face. Oh shit, I love this dude. I love this dude, okay? The dark side of the law of attraction. I think this is book 9, episode 1. We're finishing this book. I'll be on to another book next Sunday. Okay. Good gracious. And don't worry, Patreon members, I'm getting y'all a different book. But I felt the need that this need to be in the open for everybody on my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh. So again, in order to make money naturally and honest with any type of business, Nathan will just have to learn to appreciate and be less resentful. The law of attraction acts through people that are connected to it. And if you want to obtain something from life, learn to appreciate those that take you to it. Wow. 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 Let's read that again. The law of attraction acts through people that are connected to it. And if you want to obtain something from life, learn to appreciate those that take you to it. And I'm here to take y'all where? To the law of attraction. So people should learn to appreciate me because I'm taking them to it, because I'm connected to it. But then you have those haters out there that don't want to reciprocate, and that's why they still won't get what they want, because they are resentful. That's exactly what he said. And that is true for anybody that has achieved it, connected to the law of attraction, tried to help other people. You have other people trying to bring you down or trying to steal from you or take from you. Oh gosh. One of the things that I've learned from children is that they are much more connected to the law of attraction than adults. I can easily know what kind of toy would make them happy, and when I offer it, they truly show their appreciation with a huge smile, a hug, a kiss, or a big thank you coming from the bottom of their heart. That's why they got that toy in the first place. The law of attraction works for them. If adults learn to appreciate more what they receive from others like children do, they could also attract their own toys more easily. Ooh, boy, was that powerful. This is how people use love to make you poor. This is what I really wanted to get to. And I think I'm going to stop there. Well, shit, that's damn near about the end of it. Okay, so how people use love to make you poor. As emotional creatures, humans choose love, so they lose money. Damn. Didn't I say love and money is Tantra? Go see that on my KAU YouTube. It says KAU 90-day challenge, love, wealth, and abundance. And then the next one is love plus money equal Tantra, the sacred flower. Go see both of those videos where I put that together for y'all, okay? So you'll understand. Now let's read what he said. I'm gonna go back. How people use love to make you poor. As emotional creatures, humans choose love so they lose money. Not because of love in itself, but because of the type of love they choose. Most people only love themselves, actually. They show love to others if it allows them to get this love back. And this selfish mindset is what drives them away from money. They don't want others to have more money because they fear losing their love. So they promote a vibration of scarcity with their conversation and thoughts. That's why those that seem to love us are often against us and tend to call us selfish when we choose to pursue our goals. Ooh. As Eugene said, selfish is the one that doesn't want me to think about myself. Almost everyone I know is selfish because they hate to see others conquering something they don't have. Ooh, shit. Okay. One of my aunts once put a $2,000 check she got under my name when I was traveling in the trash can and then blamed me for criticizing her. In her head, I don't deserve to be rich because I may never visit her again. So she actually attacked me for criticizing her instead of admitting her evil act. In her head, it's not evil. Evil is not giving love. And naturally, her daughter and son-in-law living with her because they can't afford their own house supported her argument without any logic. This is just one story among many that I've seen as well regarding the use of love as a weapon to keep people poor, namely inside families. My friend Jeff, for example, was never helped by any of his relatives during his entire life. He had a struggle with many part-time jobs until he finally got rich and bought a factory. Once he had that factory, rumors spread that he was rich, and all of his relatives showed up at his door demanding for a job. He gave them the job, and now they nearly made him bankrupt because they take much more money than what they actually do. Many of them don't really do nothing apart from eating and free lunch every day and getting a paycheck in the end of the month, and he can't fire them. Unfortunately, as we grow rich, we need to face these heartbreaking situations to clean our past and the shit we still keep inside our brain. That's how I found that my own mother has conspired to make me poor. I found it when I decided to quit my previous job as a teacher and manager to become a security guard and get paid to read books. I realized that security guards have a really great job and I needed time to read more and rest. So the solution seemed quite logical. Every time I met my mother, I would tell her what I was doing, which was usually manager of something. But when I told her I decided to be a security guard for a few months, she replied, "Finally, you got a job that fits you." It says, from that moment on, I couldn't stop thinking about how many times she raised me saying, "I know what's best for you and do what I tell you because I'm your mother." Or as a mother, I wouldn't want anything bad for you. And during those nearly 20 years, she was actually promoting my failure. It's something I had to confront and learn to handle because it's as if suddenly my whole personality was fake and a wicked product from her mind. That is so true. It says, however, I've seen many similar stories, and unfortunately, most people can't confront it and can't confront the fact that who they are is just a big lie, especially if they aren't successful. My friend Fanny was told by her mother after her divorce, you can't do any business because you can't even keep a man. And since then, her goal has been trying to get married again. Instead of investing in her business, she subconsciously believes that. That's why I said people put those auto suggestions and those suggestions in your mind, and that's when you got to tell them that's your shit, not my shit. Okay, that you need to write that down. That's your shit, not my shit. Okay, because people will do that and it will stick in your subconscious mind. They will plant little seeds. Okay, it says so. She subconsciously believed that if her mother isn't satisfied, it doesn't matter what kind of business she does because she'll always fail. And that's why she has problems to even manage her own current business and improve it. By knowing this didn't change her status, she's still trying to prove her mother right. Nobody is born to be unhappy and unsuccessful despite the circumstance and misfortune, but unhappy and unsuccessful parents often transfer their frustration to their children. It says the same didn't happen to my friend Victoria. She was born handicapped and couldn't find a job because of her disability, but her parents supported her love for music, and she eventually opened a successful music school in the U.S. Love and support matters is what I wrote there. And this is why success is always a choice. Ooh. Life is difficult, okay? But can become much more when you want to achieve something in which nobody believes, and when it seems that you can't get support anywhere from anyone. It is even more difficult when you start conquering your first goals and you see your friends and relatives turning against you, abandoning you, and trying to take advantage from you. In order to survive, you have to leave the walking dead behind you. They're zombies. There's nothing you can do for them anymore. They have chosen to die ignorant, bitter, and angry, and they will eat your flesh if you allow it. You may feel compassion for such resentful people, but don't expect the same from them. They will use your compassion to make you feel guilty and pay them everything you can get from you. And pay them everything they can get from you. They will suck your blood and eat your flesh if you allow it. Let the dead bury the dead, damn it. Sometimes the only way out of this horror movie in which so many people live consists in finding hope, as associating with new friends is what it is. My friend Bernard was born in a very poor neighborhood, but found hope in church, and that's how he gained courage to trust himself more. He also met interesting people there, what allowed him to form better relations and have a father and mother that his own father and mother never were to him. Thanks to these people, he learned well the principle of success and decided to go to college. He left home and applied for a scholarship, which he used well by working very hard and creating an entire new life for himself that nobody around him ever thought he would be possible. His friends resented his success and mocked him every day. He was also constantly being robbed in his way back to his apartment and was nearly killed several times, but he didn't quit his dreams. People may not have many chances in life, but when they do, it's as if they were offered a choice. Some take it despite the challenge that comes with it, and others don't. Wow. The law of attraction may seem like a very difficult principle to apply in a world with so many attachments, and resentments. But when you understand it and accept the law of detachment that this book has shown you, you will see its beauty like the strings of a guitar. There aren't bad guitars, only good and bad music. It all depends on how you play the music, because the law of attraction is the law of vibration. The vibration is music. It is up to you. I got goosebumps on that one. It is up to you to create the melody that you call your life. All right. I got this right here. Understand the law of attraction, the law of detachment, the law of vibration. Know what you want for yourself and your life. Note, you don't need permission from others who don't support you or are jealous of you. Wow. So that was that book. Y'all might want to get that, because that is something you definitely want to go back and read time and time again until you get the law of attraction. The law of attraction is also the law of vibration, and this vibration is interconnected with many things that build our personality and define our choices in life, namely who we love and our perception of love, but also who we hate and our perception of rejection. Dang. We can't understand the law of attraction in full without studying the law of detachment. Just like we can't understand the yin of life without knowing its yang. Yin yang right there. It says, when we start understanding how all these factors interfere with our life, we can finally notice that it isn't our nature that changes, but this same nature that changes our reality. It is at this point that we realize that we've been manifesting everything all the time. It says, but couldn't see it and couldn't identify it because we were too focused in our own system of beliefs. Woo-hoo. I love this book. Thank you, Mr. Robin Sacredfire. The dark side of the law of attachment. Y'all, this is a must. This is a must. This is a must toilet read, okay? Meaning that you can read this while sitting on the toilet, okay? Not that it's a shitty book. It is the perfect book for a toilet read. That's why I dub it the toilet reads, okay? Because they're little thin books. Don't take much to read. So thank y'all. That is y'all book 9, The Dark Side of the Law of Attraction. Leave a comment down below if it helped you. Let me know when you got it, if you order it. Maybe Mr. Robin Sacredfire can, throw a little girl a little commission for boosting his sales, for having his book on my YouTube channel and getting him some clients. Thank you, Mr. Robin Sacredfire. Anytime you want to give a donation, just hit me up. My email will be down there in the description box somewhere, or my number. Okay, leave a voicemail, text me, because voicemail's bad. Text me or something. You know what I'm saying? Just Zelle it. 469-219-9622. Okay, I'm just playing. Y'all just know I'm not Mr. Robin. I'm playing with y'all, but I ain't playing with him. It don't even cost that much. I don't even remember how much it costs. I don't know, $9, $10. Something like that. Made in the USA from Coppell, Texas. So this guy is actually in Coppell, Texas, I'm assuming, or his publishing was. So he got it, he did it in Coppell, Texas, which is not too far from where I am. So I hope that helps you, Robin Sacredfire. I enjoyed this book. I love it. As you can see, I scribbled all in it. It's going to be a must keep time and time again. As a reminder, and those that are attached to the law of attraction, and those of you that aren't, appreciate those that are, because like Mr. Robin said, or Mrs. Robin, I don't know if that's a man or a woman, excuse me if I'm wrong, they lead you to it. They take you to it. They connect you to it. So show those people reciprocity. Show those people respect. Show those, because you don't even have to have that attachment there. You would still be in that lack, that scarcity mindset, or not getting those little miracles or those little accomplishments or achievements if it wasn't for people that is attached to that law of attraction. So that means we help people get that abundance. We help people tap in to that wellspring of abundance. And that's not, as you can see, it wasn't easy, and it's not easy for everyone to do because it's a mindset thing. Those are the people that, the chosen ones, so in a sense, they chose to what? Go from poverty mindset, scarcity mindset to what? Prosperity mindset, wealth mindset. So be grateful and show those people appreciation instead of hating. Okay, spreading that Kool-Aid of hate everywhere. So thank y'all. Peace, love, and light and harmony. May that have brought some awareness or some abundance towards you in some type of way to change whatever it is you need to change about yourself, to come out of that old mindset and think bigger for yourself and want bigger for yourself. But most of all, know who you are. Know what you deserve. Okay? Know what you deserve in this life, because that is there for everybody. But not everybody, like I said, will choose that, okay, because of detachment issues. They don't want to detach. They don't want to go on their own, right? They're afraid of what people will say about them. They're afraid to lose family and friends that they think that love them. But as you can see in the examples Mr. or Mrs. Robin gave, that wasn't the case. It was their own mothers, it was their own brothers or sisters, aunts or whatever. That was definitely that was against them and not for them. Okay? So thank y'all. Peace, love, and light and harmony. Stay tuned. We'll have another book for y'all. Also on Patreon, the more advanced books will be over there that we're going to be diving in. But I thought that would be a benefit to everybody on YouTube that come across my channel. Make sure you like, subscribe to the content. Again, for the book club, I put it in a playlist so you don't have to go far and hunt for it. So check the playlist out. It'll be something over there interesting for some of you. Peace, love, and harmony.